Once they put a label on it and packaged it, you know, we had to become the slots that they was designed for us to fill. And there ain't too many slots. It's only about 13 of them.
Who are the Culture Vultures?
You really want me to answer it? This is the Rock Newman Show, ladies and gentlemen.
It's evident that he cares. What do you care about? Welcome to the Rock Newman Show. It's the Rock Newman Show.
The Minister of Wellness Ministries and Rock Newman Show 2.0 present free community health fair and seminar Saturday, March 18th, 2023 at Union Temple Baptist Church, Washington, D.C. RSVP before we reach capacity, dmvhealthfair.eventbrite.com, or click the link in the description box. If you can't make it in person, no worries. You can purchase the live stream link by visiting theministerofwellness.com under healing services, or once again, just click that link in the description box. Calling all potential vendors, sponsors, or volunteers, please submit a contact form via theministerofwellness.com or call 888-847-8026. That's 888-847-8026. It's high time for a health revolution.
You know, I want to pick up on something you said about you know, he did what he did before they were grabbed and packaged by others. Can you expound on that?
Yeah, hip hop was
And you're the one, you are the one to expand.
Right.
Hip hop was definitely organic before the Culture Vultures came in and got their claws in it. When it was just on the corner with the Last Poets or the Watts Prophets, when it was just in the juke joints, when it was just among us at the barbecue or the picnic, it was fine. But once they put a label on it and packaged it, you know, we had to become the slots that they was designed for us to fill. And there ain't too many slots. It's only about 13 of them.
Who are the Culture Vultures?
You really want me to answer it? This is the Rock Newman Show, ladies and gentlemen. And, today we have, but yeah, those corporate lawyers and attorneys and accountants that kind of took hip hop off of its course and wanted to turn hip hop into something that, you know, that they could package and sell. Who they are, average subsidiary record company that was tied into the majors that had distribution, global and worldwide distribution. So then when the young brothers came up and had business sense and signed on to some of these major labels, then we started saying, okay, well, we want to kind of do our own thing. And then we started packaging the songs the way we wanted to do them. And it became a threat to them, so they had to change the game. In comes gangster rap. In comes everything, every vice that they put in the projects we had to talk about, because that's the only thing they allowed us to talk about. So yeah, shortly after that, I started turning a deaf ear to it right about 97, 98, and I think when you came out, it was like, okay, it's like enough is enough.
Yeah. You know, speaking of you coming out, many have been fascinated with your journey, your musical journey. From videos to refusing any longer to make the videos that you previously made or to sing the songs that you previously sang.
Right.
What was the tipping point for you to go from Soleil the artist, performer, to withdrawing?
I think after, you know, I had been performing since I was a child. So I started reciting hip hop when I was in late 70s. I was probably 5 or 6 years old and memorizing Rapper's Delights. I grew up in that era, so you know, of real hip hop. I got to experience real hip hop and real hip hop concerts, and when hip hop was an organic being, and I, like others, got caught up in the commercialization of it, and once I got, you know, I had a deal when I was 16 that we didn't sign, and once I finally got that deal that I ended up signing and coming out as a professional artist signed to a major label, it was like, this ain't really all this cracked up to be. It's not really what I want and envision for my life being in that industry. You know, I loved hip hop, I love art, I love the creative process, creating, writing, performing, all those things, but the industry I had no interest in. So I was the artist that would be in my hotel room reading a book, eating and taking a nap, because I had no interest in going to the club and hanging out, and I don't drink and I don't smoke and I don't do any of those things that people think that, oh, you know, artists in that life do, but it wasn't me. So it just became a real conflict with my spirit. And so after that first album finished, I not only felt like the label, DreamWorks at the time, the urban department was new. I felt like they didn't understand me as an artist. They wanted to package me as an artist that I didn't want to be. I didn't have a choice, much choice in that matter. I had some, but not much. And so I just decided, no, I don't think y'all know what to do with me. I think I had enough of this. I really want to be home mothering my children. And I started having that conflict within myself, that on a spiritual level, that, you know, what I'm putting out here is not really what I want to put out here in the universe that I want for my children. And so I started that whole spiritual journey, change, transformation at that point, leaving the industry.
You mentioned the question about who are the culture vultures. It's the same people that Prodigy talked about when he wrote from jail and indicted Jay-Z, not indicted, but implicated Jay-Z in his writings. I put his letters in my book. It's the same people that Tupac.
Prodigy's letters.
Yes.
Yes.
In my book, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop. It's the same people that Tupac called the Illuminati. You understand what I'm saying? So it's easy to find out who they are. But are they connected with the same people that wanted to put my picture with the Dallas shooter, and I ended up in Maryland, and then that's how we kind of reconnected.
When we say this divine connection, we really understand that this was not our doing, that we met in 1989 for this time today. And everything that we went through, have gone through, has prepared us, you know, for this relationship that we're in now.
Let me go from something extraordinarily beautiful to something not so beautiful. And Griff, you know, probably give you the last word here. We have 2 minutes. It's easy to articulate so many of the challenges and the issues and the problems with hip hop culture now.
Right.
Are there any solutions?
Yeah, of course. Rock Newman is the solution. Soleil is the solution. Griff is the solution. If we don't become the solution, I'm only going to take a minute and I'm going to give you the last word. We have to become the solution. We can't point to someone else or something else to solve our problems. The creative deposited in us everything that we need to solve our own problems. We just have to recognize it. That's it. Hip hop is high infinite power healing our people. We have the power to it. It's our culture. We need to start acting like it. For real.
Well,
I'm doing my part, and finally, after all these years of release in '99 to back in the studio recording new music, because I can't allow that to only be the musical representation I leave, and especially when it doesn't represent the evolution of a woman, this higher level of consciousness that I'm operating on. So I'm doing my part by making sure that I'm not conforming to what other people want me to be, but being truly who I am, and really being given that platform to help inspire others, to help raise other people's level of consciousness and not kind of bring it down to where hip hop has been and is.